got a lovely mermaid card today for you, and I just want to show off our new 3D embossing folder. And I want to show you another thing that you can do with a mermaid, just to give it a little bit more detail and kind of a fun look. So we'll introduce the dies we're going to be using from the necessities. We have the Can't Wait to See You. I also have the Mermaid Kisses from the necessities. From the frames and tags, I'll be using the Ariel die, which kind of looks like bubbles, so I really like it with the mermaids. And then the 3D embossing folder is called Bubble Burst. Okay, all right, so we're going to start there. And I'm going to use the Bubble Burst with a piece of white card, and I'll give you a quick measurement on this. It is just shy of 5.5 inches by 5 inches. I'm going to put that into the folder. Let's go this way. There we go. And with these 3D folders, you can either use the raspberry plate or the white adapter plate. They have a really deep emboss. So I find that if I use the white, it doesn't tend to cause too much cracking in the cardstock. But if you do have a problem, you can lightly spritz it with some water too. Put that into the platinum and give it a quick run through. Still get a really nice emboss with that. And I didn't use the thicker plate, so it's not quite as deep, but I think it looks beautiful. So now what I want to do is I'm just going to take a tiny bit of double-sided tape. There it is, hiding from me. I'm going to catch the edge of this base piece here, and I'm going to put them together like this. And I've got a bit of a backing here with just the white on white, so I think what I'll do is lay it into place and make sure I've got it exactly the right size I want. Put that down first, right about like that, and layer this piece up just to cover that and be inside of my pierced area. That looks good. I like that. Okay, so now we're going to move forward. We're going to work on our mermaid. So I've gone ahead and cut her out of milk card as my base piece, and I've cut it again out of the ocean card. So we'll come back to that in a moment. We're going to do a little bit of inking to give her some color in her complexion. So I've used some antique linen here. I'm just going to give a little bit around the arms and on the face here, just to warm her up a little. Okay, tiny bit of worn lipstick, and I mean a tiny bit of worn lipstick on the top and the shoulders, and a little bit on her cheek, just to give her a bit of color. There we go. Pop that over, and I'm going to use Vintage Photo on her hair today. And there we go. Just sort of spread it across. There's a bit of deboss feature there, detail. Spread that right across that. There we go. I like that. You can use a colored pencil or a pen, whatever you like. I just think it's easiest to do it with the Smoothies here. I'm going to use a pencil. Just put a little eye in. There is a bit of a embossed eye there. Just add a tiny bit of eye there, and I kind of like to even take a tiny bit off, just enough that you see it, but not overwhelming, okay? So I'm going to use this mermaid now, bring this over, and a bit of Iced Spruce Distress Oxide, and I'm going to just use a smoothie on the bottom down here, okay? Coat the tail part of her, okay, like that. Bring over some clear embossing powder, and I'm going to sprinkle that over the top, and we're going to do a couple coats. Let me find some tweezers here. I don't want to burn my hands. There we go. Okay. Now sometimes you can actually get this to stick on there if you're quick. Otherwise, you're gonna have to let it cool down and put a little bit of perfect medium on there. I think I'll work with that, but I'm gonna heat it from the bottom this time, and that'll keep it from blowing away. You can see it moving along. There we go. Maybe just tip the tail in there a tiny bit. Put a little bit extra on the tail. Or you can use triple embossing powder, the triple thick, ultra thick, and get the same look without having to do it a couple of times. Now I'm going to give that a second to cool off. Pop this down. Put it back into my container. There we go. Okay. Get the lid on there. There we go. Bring this one back over, and I'm going to just nip away her tail, as I find that's easier to glue to. And now, let's make sure that's cool enough. Yep. I'm going to cut the top arm and the top of her off. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but we just want the base piece here. So it's got a really lovely sort of liquid look to it. Use some glue. There. Pop that right over the top. Give that a second. Get it nice and centered. There we go. And I can even go in and just use a little bit of that same color if that white is showing. Just takes the edge off. So that's finished. I'm going to leave that to the side. Now I have cut the Ariel die out of duck egg blue with a white backing. Put a bit of mounting foam on the back already. And that is what we're going to seat our mermaid on. Just pop this at the top. Now, right where the embossing folder and the white card come together, I have cut some of the seashells from the Can't Wait to See You. I've gone in, done a little bit of inking. Some of these you can easily do through the die. Some of them are like a deboss. You can pick up, let's say some vintage photo, maybe some antique linen, and you can kind of go over and give them just a little bit of color across there, and add in maybe just a tiny bit of a brown tone to them. Your seashells can be whatever color you like. And you can even, if you like, add a tiny bit of pink. Let's see. Let's use the top of this. Add that on, or in fact, you could even do it on this one if you like. Different colors, whatever you like. It's totally your call. Now the scallop and this sort of twisted shell, I went through the seashell because they're open, and just pop some antique linen and pink, the spun sugar through that. You can also, which is really nice, take a white pencil and add a little bit of a highlight into these if you like, just to bring out some of the detail there. All sorts of different ideas you can do with these. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue them into place here. I think what I'll do is just put a bit of glue on the back of them to get them tacky. There we go. We need a sand dollar. I don't know what these are called. One of these kind of cool little guys, and sort of the snail shell there. And I think we're still missing one or two. We'll see. So I'm going to start with my scallop shell, and I'm just going to cover that line. I like the way that it just kind of hides that and gives you a nice little accent. The seashells work so well with the mermaid too. Pop this one on next, a little bit over it. Give that a second. I've got the snail shell working our way across. I'll put the sand dollar on sort of in the middle. Tuck that right underneath there. And we'll put this one on like that, and a little bit more on the scallop shell. And let's do one more. I actually didn't finish inking this one, so let's put a little more color on it, and even maybe some of that pink is pretty. There we go. a little bit different colors. Some glue on there. Pop that right across the center there. So you've got a nice border made with the seashells, which I think is really cute. So I need some mounting foam for my mermaid now. And I'm just going to put a little bit on her right down the center that way. And a little piece up here. And like that. That should be enough to hold her. Peel that back. Oops. I'm going to seat her onto the Ariel die like that. And there's a little starfish I did. Let me get my little sticky thing. I put a little glue dot on there. Pick that up because these little pieces are just so hard to hold on to sometimes. We're going to pop that right into her hand. So cute like that. There we go. Let's give that a second to set up. Oops. Stay. There we go. And I've used the Sindine Mermaid Kisses and Starfish Wishes done in the duck egg on the bottom down here. So we're going to give it a quick spray. A little bit extra on some of the Cosmic to kind of hold it in place. And that is going to fit right on the bottom down in this corner. Give that a second to set up. And you can take your pokey tool and sort of move it around a little bit and make sure it's nice and straight. And there you have it. I just love the way that bubble burst looks with the mermaid. So cute. So if you like our videos, all you have to do is subscribe and give us a like, and we'll send you an email notification when new ones are loaded on.